Hello, hello, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XI. So, here we are in Arapago Reef. And I'm on Samurai, because I figured I might as well do it on the job that I'm working the Mythic for. Although I haven't, really started in earnest or anything. And we're going for Medusa first, for the 3 Beastmen leaders that we have to kill for their titles. I think she's the easiest one to get to. I didn't really look into it too hard. I just looked her up first, and it sounded easy. Just get these 3 keys, go to map 3, and go through the doors that the keys need. And I've never actually been to her. I've been close. I've been close enough to see her on widescan before, but I've never actually gone to any of the Beastmen leaders. So the only place I've ever seen them is Besieged when they show up. And unfortunately, when they show up in Besieged, they don't count as a kill for your mythic. You have to... The qualifier for your mythic progress is you have to get the title. So, that's what we gotta do. And, according to the wikis, the most efficient place to farm these is on the Lamia Idolators, which are actually Cutrubs on map 1, which the wiki says the fastest way to get to them is to use the book, but if you use the book warp, you actually have to use a Lamian Fang key to get to them, so you might as well just use the runic portal, which you should have, because if you're doing this, you should be a captain already. And even though you'll have to walk slightly further, you won't need a Lamian Fang key in the first place, which I know that you can get one for free out in Cadaver Mire because of the whole, the Corsairs stash one in the pond near the Januns or whatever. But that means you have to run back out and grab that if you use the book warp, which then you turn around and run back to place, and if you get gravitied from stepping into the pond, then you take just as long, maybe even longer, than if you had just gone through the runic portal. So, I mean, yeah, I'd rather just take the runic portal, you know? It's another case of the wiki being edited by someone whose opinion shines through more than objectivity, which, I mean, it makes sense, right? This is just a game, right? It's not like we're crunching numbers for Wall Street or some shit. No one's gonna die because the wiki, was slightly less efficient or slightly less, correct about what was the fastest way. But it's kind of annoying all the same. And I don't know, since I've never been up there, okay, I'm pretty sure this is map 3. Yeah, this is map 3. And I'm going to use my mouse cursor real quick. Medusa is in a hidden cave up here. And we've got to, I believe, go through the door up ahead. It doesn't look like we could actually progress this way, but we have to go through a door up ahead. And, like I said, I've never actually been to Medusa. I've just been close. I went with someone in here once just out of curiosity. I think it was after the level cap was raised. And we killed one of the notorious monsters that's back here. Because there's not only Medusa back here, but there's a ton of Lamia notorious monsters that are related to Besieged. Part of doing well in Besieged is actually if you send people out and they kill the NMs and break the archaic mirrors and stuff, then yeah, like that. You actually... Well, actually, I don't know what breaking the archaic mirrors does. I don't think that directly affects Besiege, but if I remember right, the killing the NMs does. So... And this is the kind of thing that you'd need like a full party for back in the day to even like attempt. It's effortless for us because we're item level 119. Which is super effortless. Oh, we can't hop down from here. Yeah, that archaic mirror, that's... I don't even know what we do with it, I have to look it up. Ironbound door. Okay, this is like one of the prison cells that we... Oh, I wonder if this is like where you would, you would come to rescue the dudes. I thought for sure I would be coming up this way to go to Medusa. They don't actually have a route drawn out on the maps on BG Wiki. I might need to use the old wiki. Oh, well, if we wound up wasting our Fang key to get in here, then... And we got another one. Check it out. The drop rate on these keys is actually not that bad anyway, so... If we like fuck it up and go the wrong way, we'll just make an episode out of getting the keys again. But man, what was I nattering on about before? I don't know. You know, last episode I nattered on about, what was it, dating sites and the Wimmer shell? Huh, I wonder how strong those things are. That's like Norse for dwarf, you know, dwarven shell, huh? I think I was nattering on a couple minutes ago about I was going to start talking about the Great Katana weapon skills. We're pursuing the Samurai Mythic because I don't know what actually, like, what jobs actually benefit the most from Mythics other than, well, hey, a Notorious Monster, how about that? She has True Sound or True Sight. I never killed this particular one, I don't think, but hey, it's just an aggro us, why not? Yeah, the funny thing about Samurai is that, and his weapon skills, the, they have very strong physical weapon skills and always have had very strong physical weapon skills, but the earlier weapon skills from Koki backwards, like basically from Goten, Kagero, Genpu, and Koki, these are all what's known as hybrid weapon skills. And that means they're half magical attack and half physical modifier. And so their gear sets are kind of weird because you want to mix in like as much a magic attack bonus as you can, but also not slouch on their Did I turn off my re-race? Fragments of bone, claws, and teeth are scattered around the gate. So we've got to what? Trade all 3 keys? Oh shit! That's exactly what we gotta do. But I don't even know if she's actually up. Oh, she is up. Okay, I guess we're doing this. We're doing this. This is exciting. No idea how strong she is. Can we not even reach her? We have to like aggro her, like, whoa, what's going on? I have no idea. Like, I've never done this before. I assume this would have been Alliance content at 75. Like, you need a whole Alliance. And probably more than that. You'd probably want an Alliance and then like another, like at least 12 people in a second Alliance to handle her ads or something. I assume we're going to be fine at item level because the guides for doing this these days don't mention anything about it, so... I messed with my timing. I don't get double light. I don't get any skill gains? Yeah, item level's making this joke. Yeah, with our samurai mythic, if we ever actually do manage to get it, Deuce's armlet. I don't even know what we do with that. She had dialogue and all that. No, I cannot leave my sisters. What'd she say? Foolish two legs, have you forgotten the terrible power of the Gorgons you created? It is time you were reminded. Hey, she references the fact that the Empire created them. Pretty cool. And we get a unique title for that, which is Gorgon Stone Sunderer. I imagine this was a pretty fun fight back in the day, like, you saw all those ads came out or whatever. I'd assume you'd have your main alliance. They would handle Medusa, and they'd probably, like, I don't know, probably handle her close to spawn. And your other people would probably, your second alliance, or second party, or your ads party, or whatever. They'd probably grab those and bring them as far away from her as possible. And they might not even kill them, they might just hold them. Because a lot of the times in this game, give in to the magical power? Okay. No idea what this is doing. But, dude, did it kill our trusts? The door killed our trusts. What map is this? I'm not familiar with this at all. Okay, well, we can't go north, apparently. There's a one-way drop. But if we go the other way, we wind up in Telaka Cove? That's interesting. Yeah. I know, I think it was James Brown. He's like my most consistent commenter. He came back and started commenting, so thank you for that, James Brown, or James, or maybe it's John Brown, Jay Brown, Drown? No. Bames? No. He was saying something about, I don't remember if he was talking about trolls or if he was talking about mammals. But one of them, I think he was saying, I think it was mammals. He was saying that, like, you actually need 3 keys, but, or you need multiples of the same keys. Like, you need 3 keys, but there's, like, the tan scale and the black scale key or something like that. And, like, so normally you'd have multiple party members. and you'd all have keys, and you'd get to the Galul Jaja, no problem. However, for doing it solo these days, you can actually do it solo. You like go through the first door that requires the key, or well, no, you farm the keys, you're in the zone. You drop the keys and farm the keys again. And there's this feature now where if you drop something, right, there's this thing called the recycle bin. Display thrown away items. They will disappear for good when you change areas, log out, or disconnect. So assuming you don't log out or disconnect, you can go to the recycle bin and pull items back out. And I assume the reason they gave this to players, because this was not always in the game, but a very common GM call complaint was I accidentally dropped my super rare item that, you know, is one of a kind that took me days to get. Could you please restore it to my inventory? And I think, if I remember right, the way it used to go is as long as you didn't zone, the GM could actually just give it back to you. Because I believe they always had the recycle bin on the GM side. So I'm pretty sure the recycle bin is literally just what any GM had access to if they were dealing with a player. I could be wrong. I don't know. But it's pretty cool. So I'm not too sure about going to the other Beastmen leaders though. Obviously, we're only about 17 minutes in, so it would be cool if we did that, but well, I guess I could look them up, see how hard it is. Let's see. Gerfurler the Menacing. Spawns behind the decorative bronze gate at K10, and you will need the Halvung bronze key, the Halvung brass key, and the Halvung Shakudo key to open the door. The quickest way there is to use the Home Point 1 to Mount Zeolm near the Navukgo execution chamber, and then ride south to the Halvung entrance at E9. The Bracelet of Verve helps in getting here. Consider getting one. It is essentially required if you are doing the Slowman, as it is needed to open the door at J9 before the decorative bronze gate. All of the mobs that drop the 3 keys are on the map after zoning in from the method above. So I think we've already got the Verve Gauntlet. That actually sounds, since we've already got the Verve Gauntlet, I think that would make him basically as easy as getting the Medusa. Bracelet of Verve, yeah, okay. The might of 1,000 trolls pulses in the metal confines of this trinket. Ooh, Arciela skirt. It was undoubtedly improper for you to obtain an item of such a personal nature, but the ornate plates of adamant and the gold make it as fanciful as it is eye-catching. Booyakasha! We're perverts! I guess we could kill Gerfurler in this recording. He sounds kind of easy to get to. I don't know if how long it'll take to farm 3 keys, but from the sounds of it, from what I'm picking up from reading this description of getting to him, it just sounds like we go into Halvung and then we farm the 3 keys, and then since we had the Bracelet of Verve, we just go to his ornate door and trade the 3 keys and go inside and kill him. Simple as, you know, since we're at item level. But literally, I've never killed any of the Beastmen Kings. The deepest, for Treasure of Urhgan, that is. The deepest I've been into any of these Beastmen strongholds is probably... I mean, Illusory Atoll is actually, like, it's probably the least structured, I think. Because it's just the maps for traversing the zone. There's not like a back and forth between multiple zones, really. But like, if I remember right from Mammook has some oddity to it. Which makes me even more certain that James Brown, when he told me about the keys for that he was talking about the mammals. Because, like, I've been really deep in Mammook before. I originally played on the Ashra server for my main character for a long time, for like 10 or 11 years, or something like that. And I think it was like 2007, maybe 2008. I was still in high school, or just out of high school or something. And the Astral Candescence got lost. We lost Besieged to a level 8 Besieged and lost the Astral Candescence. And it was gone for like 2 weeks. And so, like, people were freaking out because this really made the merit party zones in Urhgan, which were the optimal place to do your merit points grind, it made them shitty because you didn't get EXP bonus from I don't think that's the right Helvung entrance. So, a couple of my friends and a bunch of strangers, we like shouted together a rescue the prisoners and bring back the Astral Candescence party, and we went into Mammook because that was the besieged we'd lost. It was the Mamucha savages, and is this just the place I came from, or was this? Come on, Sheila, load the map. Okay, we're in. So J9. Okay, so I'm not too sure about any of this, but we'll get going. Yeah, we went really deep in the Mammook, but it was very difficult, and it was also very late at night. And people kept getting lost or like dipping out. And long story short, we never got there. We never actually fought Galul Jaja. And I had to dip out too, I think. Either I got too tired or it was a school night or something, and I was just like, I can't stay up any later than I'm, staying up, so I gotta go. And I felt like we were almost there because we had used, I think, a tan scale key. I could be wrong, I could be remembering wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was the dealio. I should look up what drops these keys, because it could be specific trolls or it could be specific monsters. Let's see, Shakudo key, Moblin Millionaires, Brass key, any of the trolls in Helvung, basically. Helvung Bronze key, Artilleryman, Combatant, Cuirassier, and Machinist. Okay. So we're looking for specific trolls. Oh, and Moblin Millionaire. Oh. If anyone knows the scientific reason for why you yawn more if you're talking, please let me know. It drives me nuts. I'd love to be able to record when I record and just never yawn. Oh, another archaic mirror. How about that? Yeah, look at our tall waifu. Yeah, I think I kept cutting myself off earlier when talking about the Mythic Ray Katana. It apparently does best using Tachi Jinfu, which is thematically appropriate for it because it comes from the Wind Slicer, and this is the Wind Elemental Hybrid weapon skill. But beyond that, it's actually also really potent for any of Samurai's purpose, just because of the fact that its aftermath gives occasionally attacks twice and occasionally attacks thrice. And Samurai actually has an ideal build for it where you basically try not to equip any double attack or triple attack, because apparently that takes precedence over the multi-attack from Mythic, supposedly. And obviously triple attack wouldn't be any problem, but if you're getting double attack procs overriding your occasionally attacks thrice, then you're obviously not getting as much TP or dealing as much damage, so that's the whole thing. And you know, just like being able to get TP super fast, and it gives a bonus to... It's not technically Samurai's weakest weapon skill, but Tachirana compared to like even just like Tachikasha or Tachigekko or whatever, it's weaker. Even though it's multi-hit, it looks way cooler than like say Gecko. But we've read a whole bunch of like just like matter-of-fact posts that are just like, okay, we got the Hellbung Bronski. Very matter-of-fact, they're just like, oh yeah, Mythic Sam. Yeah, it's the fastest capacity points, DPS, you know, you just spam Tachi Jinfu and that's how you know, like one-shot Apex mobs or whatever. Apparently a really good hybrid build will, for hybrid weapon skill, it will deal, 99,999 damage really easily and consistently. And I don't know anything about that. Our gear is actually really lackluster by today's standards. Even our +2 ambuscade gear is just like, oh yeah, that's entry-level gear for endgame, or whatever. So, like, you know, it's not that we're not trying and not that we don't know what we're doing. It's just like, there's a lot more play for us to do to make this character good. And I don't know if we want to actually drop down here. That might be a one-way drop we don't want to do. We still need Halvung Shikudo key and a Halvung brass key. Brass key will come from literally any troll, and Shikudo key is from the Moblin Millionaires, which, if I remember right, the Moblin Millionaires, they only hang out specifically like well, I'm not really sure where, but there's like a couple of them. They hang out near Archaic Mirror. Oh, come on, man. Archaic Mirror Troll. Oh, this is also a drop down. I guess we'll see what happens. If we needed the drop down the other way, it's not the end of the world. It's not like it's a, you know, it's not like it's not just a hop, skip, and a jump back via teleportation and whatnot. It's not like in the old days where if like you had to warp back to town because you know, went the one, you know, like fell down a one-way path. You know, you wasted like half an hour to 45 minutes of your life, right? Like, we're not dealing with that level of ridiculousness yet. Sorry for all my yawning, by the way. It is actually getting pretty late. And they would put trolls immediately after I use that, but whatever. Slab of plumbago. Hey, baby, you want to get touchy Shohan? I love that jump. Might not be the strongest Great Katana weapon skill, but it is one of the strongest, and it's pretty cool. Excuse me. Oh, a mana converter. We're getting puppet master parts from these trolls. Consumes HP to gradually restore MP. I don't think I have that, but I don't know why I would use it, so I guess the idea is like a steady convert or like basically sublimation for your puppet or whatever, but why do that when you could just use dab? Disable or deactivate, activate, deactivate, whatever it actually stands for. It's where you like your puppet ran out of MP, but they had full HP, so you could deactivate them, and then activate will actually still just be up, so you activate them again, and when you reactivate the puppet, it makes love in the club for you. No, it has full MP, because its MP is actually just separate from its HP, like it doesn't matter for purposes of activation or reactivation. So you just get to, as long as your puppet had full HP, you get to not have to wait on a recast timer, and so it's a really easy way to just refill your puppet's MP. Kind of exactly like with a trust, basically. Like your trust runs out of MP, but the recast timer's at 0, so you just desummon the trust, resummon the trust. Bada bing, bada boom, you are looking good. I'm sipping on sake tonight. It's my last bottle of alcohol that I currently own, and actually been drinking so slowly tonight, I haven't felt a buzz at all. And it's kind of unfortunate because it's my night off, and I would like to feel a buzz. At the same time, though, I'm trying to cut back, so after I finish this bottle of sake, unless I just have a really, really shitty week, I'm gonna try to not drink any more booze until, at a minimum, like, I don't want to, like, try to set, you know, like, oh, I'm just gonna go sober for 6 months straight or whatever. I'm gonna try to not drink at least until the second week in October. And all that's special about the second week in October is just the fact that my boss is going to go on vacation, and so I'm going to have to be the boss again. And I'm expecting that to be a stressful week, so I don't want to be like, oh, I will cut myself off completely. Like, I don't actually have an alcohol problem. It's just that alcohol is extraordinarily high in calories. And as a result, I would like to lose weight. A little bit of weight. I've been getting quite fat. And, well, fat by my standards anyway. So, I would love to just be less fat. And, Moblin billionaire. Billionaire. Troll targeteers. Are those? I originally said any type of troll would drop the brass key, but I don't actually think that's true. And these troll targeteers aren't on any of the lists. Damn boy, did he like guard my attack? Was he like a monk? Oh, there's the brass key. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's other way is kindred seal. Not that I like don't think seals are important. It's just my inventory is very crowded right now. Oh no, the Friar's Lantern is ruined. Okay, we got all 3 keys. So we're at K9, right? I don't know if we have to I don't actually again, I don't actually know the way to Gerferler, so it says open the door at J9 before the decorative bronze gate. We're at K9. Maybe if we just go south, we'll figure it out. I don't know. I assume we just gotta find a door, this decorative bronze door, and it'll be like, there's fragments of brass and bronze and shakudo. Oh no, Troll Caressier is true sound or sight or whatever. Or maybe we already had aggro? I don't know. Either way, they're picking on the wrong samurai here. The wrong era of the game's life. Get up with your Pomego, I don't want it. Honestly, the only reason I'm hanging on the archaic mirror is I kind of want to figure out what it's for. I'll look it up and be like, oh, I can make use of that. Or look it up and be like, oh, that's totally worthless and I should have just dropped it immediately. Is that the decorative bronze gate? It is! So the position they put on the wiki page for Gerfurler the Menacing is just fucking wrong. How about that? Wide trench around the gate. There are 3 keyholes of differing sizes for the trench. Boo 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 boo. Swing. Okay, we open that. Oh, there's like a Dahak in here. Like, he's like the opposite of Medusa. He's actually got homeboys working for him back here. But that's okay. We can see him. We'll take his homeboys out. We'll kill his Dahak too. I'll get you and your little Dahak too. Probably should have said war cry for Gerfler, but whatever. And Dahaks are scary, or were scary at 7.5. Well, they wouldn't have been nearly as scary if I'd known the water trick about them. So with the water trick, you know, like the in-water trick, you could just have red mages fight them and have literally no threat happen. Oh, they can't TP at all because you're removing all their TP. Like, every time you strike them, it's pretty busted. Pretty stupid busted, in fact. Alright, so Gerfurler the Menacing, how about that? Isn't he kind of just the muscle though? Don't we need to be killing Megomac? Eh, whatever. Okay, Kanzakite, Singapore, Singapore, Booga Booga Booga, Tachifudo, Sham, Atachifudo, Fasham. You know what, we're just gonna make Yoshishwi, and we're gonna get all fancy. We're gonna be like Tachikasha, Tachifudo. No, but our trusts are messing up our skill chain. Yeah, go figure. Yeah. Oh boy, he's using 100 fists. We'll never win now. And down he goes. Mercenaries ring. Is that like an actual ring we can equip? Vitality plus 5, besieged, physical damage taken minus 5%. Huh. I don't think that has any actual meaning for us, but it is kind of like a trophy. And the wiki doesn't say that it does anything particularly special. I wonder if we can NPC it for cash. Let's see what title we got from him, though. Troll Subjugator. Oh, I actually saw people back in the day with that title a few times. Good stuff, good stuff. You know what, let's use this scroll of instant warp and get it out of our inventory. And drop this Halvung brass key while we're at it. And I guess, okay, we're 45 minutes in. A little over 45 minutes in. Let's look up Galul Jaja and see exactly what I gotta do. If he's harder to reach. Okay, let's see. We need Mamulja Tan Scale Key, Mamulja Silver Scale Key, and Mamulja Black Scale Key to open the door where he's at. Go to Mamuk via the survival guide or Bathwell Thicket's home point. Silver Scale Key is from Sahagins around the pond. The remaining keys are from Mamulja on the way to the door. To get to this door, head to J11 on the first map to change to the other map. There are True Sight Mamulja on the way, some of which drop the related keys. The Mahogany door is at F8 on this map. There are True Sight Mamulja on the way. It's possible to pull about 30 away from the door, and anyone standing right outside the door will get the title. It's not recommended at all, though, and drawing will make moving difficult. Interesting. Well, let's see. That doesn't sound any more difficult to get to, really? Maybe there was another way that you used to take in that required the whole method of dropping the key and using the recycle bin or something. Don't mind me just casually selling doll gizmos. I totally didn't leave my character AFK and kill the thing that drops that multiple times while I was doing other stuff. Yeah, I guess we could go to Mamuk since we're not at an hour yet. We could go to Mamuk and see if we can get the keys. And then see if we can, you know, get there. Because it might be kind of cool. Also, I meant to sell this star ring earlier. As well as these star earrings. Because I no longer need them. I was actually trading in my merits today and doing the Lilith high tier battlefield. And I got my first piece of Malignant's gear, actually, which wasn't any of the rare pieces, like the actual armor pieces of Malignant, that everyone actually strives to get. I don't know where I put it, but I got the earring, which has the same portrait as the molded. Yeah, here it is, Malignant's earring. Intelligence of Mind plus 8, Magic Accuracy plus 10, Magic Attack bonus plus 8, Fast Cast plus 4%. It's basically every mage job, and then Red Mage, well, Red Mage is a mage, obviously. Dark Knight. Dark Knight gets to be on it as well. So, that completely replaces Star Earrings that were in any of my builds, and so I figured, yeah, let's just get rid of those, you know. They're inventory -1 at this point. Like, quite a lot of my stuff, actually. I actually really need to rein in, yeah, I'll see if it sells. I don't really care about it. I need to rein in my... Oh, I'm sorry for yawning so much. My sentimentality, right? I'm fairly sentimental, and brain, no worky work. I think we're gonna have to run by enough True Sight stuff, True Sound stuff that if I re-up my silent oil and prison powder, I don't think it'll make much of a difference. So, let's just go to Mammook. No, not a Dwea subterrane. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be way harder to get to these. My brain was still thinking that, you know, we're in 2007, 2008, even though we're very obviously in 2023 in a world that is very clownish and abysmal. We had to find the silver scale key from the Sahagins first, it would seem. But if they're around the pond, then that means we're going to have to fight Paragos anyway. Because Paragos are true sound. We might be better off just farming the keys now. I don't really know. I'm going to open... Right-click, open all the keys again. 10 scale key is... Well, we'll go to the pond first. Like, we might as well not waste this prison powder / silent oil if we can. But we'll go to the pond first. I know we don't want to log out. I think that Galul Jaja, the way to Galul Jaja is up in that northwest corner up there, but I'm not 100% on that because, like I said, I've never actually fully been all the way there. Mammook was actually one of those zones back in the day that people actually hated going to and traversing more than, like, Illusory Atoll. Which kind of boggles the mind, because I think Illusory Atoll is actually more complex. Suher Moss? Is that a... NM? Something tells me, or makes me think no. Oh, there's our silver scale key. I guess we can try to get back up without aggroing literally everything. We're gonna just aggro the Paragos though, like, even if we, like, if we sneak up, we won't aggro this fish. But then we're just gonna aggro the Parago anyway, so we might as well just run until we're Parago free. But yeah, that's like these Paragos, and then just the other aforementioned true sight monsters is one of the reasons people don't like traversing here. Because, you know, the Paragos, they're like effectively, you know, like level 85 black mages, right? And they're true sound. So, like, there's no getting by them without getting aggro. So you either have to be able to kill them very quickly, or, you know, just get lucky and not aggro them. It's very, it's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot. Oh yeah, and as you saw in the last video, the ambuscade intense for this month involves Mamujas. If we get to Galul Jaja quicker than I think, like if we get there before like an hour and a half, then I'll totally go and do like a very easy intense ambuscade just to show off the full fight. How does one get over there? Do I have to circle all the way around to the south or something? And come back up? Probably. Hello, Mr. Parago. Anything that's next to an archaic mirror is definitely true sight or true sound. Apparently not this guy. He didn't even have shadows up. You pathetic ninja. That mirror looks fancy. Oh no, we can't just get up there, huh? The traversal in this zone sucks. Oh no. Yeah, the reason I want to do Samurai Mythic isn't because I like want to be the best samurai ever or anything. Samurai job in this game is actually incredibly overrated for a long time because, you know, the type of person that plays this game when it first came out is either, you know, super big Final Fantasy fan or super big weeb or super big MMO fan. And all of these have an intersecting, you know, interest or, there's the tan scale key. Affinity for Japan and samurais and katanas and whatnot, and from like the inception of samurai being in the game, there's like tons and tons and tons of players who are just like, oh, I'm the best samurai ever, and I'm gonna play samurai, and I'm the best, and samurai's the best, Sam this, Sam that. And as far as melees go, it was considered the meta melee class for a long time, especially for endgame, because it has the job ability Meditate, which on Samurai Main just basically lets you weapon skill once every 3 minutes. Which back in the day, when you couldn't cap accuracy before sushi existed, and you had sexy bitches. You know, you had great difficulty on like Sky Gods, for instance, getting, you know, TP on them by hitting them, and then also a lot of strategies for like, say, Kirin originally involved a really long kiting process. You know, you weren't going to be meleeing, so this ability that could just give you a free weapon skill for you to run up, use the weapon skill, and then go stand back in the corner, right? This was the meta for a melee. Not to mention, their weapon skills are extraordinarily intuitive to gear for. They're all highly modified by strength, particularly Yukikaze and onwards are like 75% strength modifier. They're also heavily modified by TP, so the more TP you save up, the more damage you do. It's just really, really simple to play and really, really good at the same time. And so you don't have to really learn a lot about the game to be a halfway decent samurai. You can just like, you know, level the job and gear it decently, and you would be putting out more and bigger numbers than a lot of other players playing things like Dark Knight or Warrior or Thief or Monk or any of the other melees. Of course, all of the other melees, for the most part, their non-weapon skill functions like far outstrip samurai. So it's like one of those things where it's like you try to tell samurai, it's like, hey, I'm actually out damaging you. And he's like, nonsense. I do two weapon skills every time you do one. Or, I do 1.5 more weapon skills than you by the time you get TP. And it's like, well, you see, I'm hitting, I'm dual wielding axes, and each of my axe hits are hitting twice as hard as your great katana, and on your auto attacks. So once you add it all up, I'm actually doing more damage than you. It's one of those things where people didn't pay attention to any of the damage that wasn't in the big flashy hit, right? Like the subtle things caused more consternation between players than many other things. And I was always pretty salty about Samurai being so popular. And I actually originally didn't level it until my it was my fourth level 75 job in the level 75 era of the game. And I leveled it specifically because of Samurai Champloo. And also the addition of Tachirana to the game. I thought Tachirana looked so cool that I had to have it. I had to be able to do it. Man, did we come all the way up here for nothing? How do I get to you, Galul Jaja? To get to this door, head to J11 on the first map to change to the other map. There are Chusite Mamuja along the way. Okay, so we're pretty much as far away as... Okay, I'm stupid. You heard it here first, folks. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. But yeah, like, for every token warrior or monk or dark knight that was in an in-game link shell back in the day, there are like 4 or 5 samurai. Like, the most common job you were seeing, the most common thing players leveled, samurai. Samurai, samurai, samurai. And it didn't help matters much that the lead developer at the time, I think it was Tanaka, he was like, oh, we're going to rebalance samurai, and then he just basically buffed samurai. And he just kept, like, every time he adjusted samurai or rebalanced samurai, he just buffed it. Like, he buffed it to Kingdom Come. It was just like, oh yeah, that job that's already really good by both player standards and our standards, we're just going to buff it again. Balance. But to be fair, in hindsight, and knowing what I know about the game now, and what was pretty true for me in my in-game experience, a really good warrior or dark knight or you know, frickin' monk or even really dragoon, right? Like Samurai's whole thing is that it gets TP fast, so it weapon skills a lot, and that was like the whole like crutch to its argument. But whenever they did the two-handed weapon update, people started subbing Samurai, and all of the aforementioned jobs could get TP almost as fast or just as fast, and then also hit harder and weapon skill faster, or as fast. And so like, particularly Dragoon with its jumps, you could actually get TP faster than Samurai, and, well, yeah, faster than Samurai, unless the Samurai was using like a Soboro Tsukihiro or a was subbing Dragoon and whatnot. Dragoon had a place, particularly with Angon for Zergs over just yet another Samurai. So it's always been kind of like, one of my friends told me once that they describe jobs that basically suck, but players will play them anyway because they're like pariahs. They're pariah jobs. Samurai's never been a pariah job. No one has ever played Samurai in this game and been like, oh, I know it's not optimal, but I'm playing Samurai. Like, no one's ever, it's never been LOL Samurai, you know. It's LOL Dragoon, it's been LOL Pup. You know, Warrior's been seen as the basic bitch. Monk has been, like, dethroned a couple of times from being the king. That's a whole thing. That's a whole thing. That looks like a wind mirror. So we've got the tan scale key and the silver scale key. We need the black scale key. So what drops the black scale key exactly? Blusterer, Infiltrator, Philosopher, Pikeman, and Stabler. Okay. I'm gonna like try to think about look at the job list here and think about which jobs have been pariah jobs. You know, jobs that were considered non-optimal. And then also not played by anyone except people who specifically enjoyed them. And every job has obviously changed a lot over the years as well. So it's not going to be like, oh, they're still pariahs. You know? But, let's see. Oh snap, a besiege is going on. We could be there. Maybe we'll go help them instead of doing an ambuscade after this. If it's not over by the time we get to Gulu Jaja. We still don't even have our last key. Lurkers aren't on the list for dropping the black scale key, so I'm starting to wonder if this wiki page is right about villagers on the way will drop it. Let's see. Monk became a pariah job after the two-handed update for a little while until Adalem came out. Oh, okay, cool. Is that the door we want? Ebony door? Are we going to the ebony door? What are we doing here? The door... Mahogany door? Hello. Yeah, let's see. Black Mage was kind of like a pariah job as far as parties go after Treasures of Urhgan came out because of the level 55 plus partying not requiring magic bursting anymore due to being Colibri and Colibri reflecting stuff. Huh. Are we off the reservation here? We're off the reservation. Off the map or on to the next map? Okay, so on to the next map. We're gonna look for the Mahogany door. And we're gonna, even though the wiki's not mentioning it, I'm keeping in mind we might have to like drop our keys and farm new keys or something. But yeah, Black Mages during the Treasures of Urhgan area, they had to, after level 50, like particularly after level 55, unless they lucked out, they had to level on Beastmaster pets in like Vibicky Bay. Because the Beastmaster pets would be like level, the same level as their master, but have dramatically lower HP. So with Ancient Magic, you could actually get, brain, please. Can I have brain, please? Brain, please. Brain, please. You could kill the Beastmaster pets of like Goblin Beastmasters and Bicky Bay. The Bicky Bay. At like level 55 Black Mage or whatever. And they'd be like level, like 65 Beastmaster pet or whatever. You'd one-shot it with burst or whatever, and it would just die, right? Like ideally it would just die. And if you got resisted though, the goblin could link, and then you might be in trouble if you don't like Elemental Sleepga or something. Elemental Seal Sleepga, but yeah. No, he was moving already. I wasted TP. Watch wyverns, huh? Seems legit. I guess we could see. Is that a? Oh, that's an NM. Okay, we'll just kill this NM because it's probably true sight. Oh, it actually has fairly high HP, and it's running away. No, you sit down. Sit down, bitch. Volunteers belt. I think that's like some nebulous stat for besieged. Spell interruption rate down 8%. Besieged, conserve MP plus 5. For all of the mage jobs, monk, paladin, bard, ranger, puppet master. Huh. I'm pretty sure there's better belts for spell interruption rate down. But I'll give it a look. I won't throw it away immediately. We actually technically, if I were a little less lazy, we would have spell interruption right down sets on our red mage, blue mage, and if we were to level rune fencer or paladin, we would, particularly paladin, we would definitely need one. Okay, so travel on first map to the other map. The mahogany doors at F8 on this map. So we're at H. We gotta go all the way up to the west there, I guess. Straight west. Are you guys true sight or sound? Are you gonna aggro me? I do believe they have aggroed me. Oh, let's go do boogie. Well, that's the door. Now turn around, fuck a clown, go to town, boot scoot boogie. Have they lost our scent, or are they stopping the cast? They lost our scent. Awesome. There's a giant keyhole in the gate here. You see smearings of black, silver, brown, and other colors on the keyhole. Okay, well, we don't have other colors. We have black, silver, and brown. So, here we go. Galul Jaja! Hey, Galul Jaja. You're looking mighty handsome. Thanks, Calm Wind. I feel handsome. Guys, hey, it's a pretty cool monster design. I'm actually glad they're reusing it in 14. And they're reusing it in 14 the second time, actually, because boss of Wanderer's Palace hard mode in the first place, way back in 2014. And, gonna be a boss or a leader or something in the next expansion. Oh, and he's far less, he didn't give us anything. What a jip, what a jip. What was his death speech there? He had a death speech. This one, okay. Dead am I, and you? Dead as well am I. Then finished we are. Oh, his two heads have their own personalities. See it, can we? Yes, we can. See it, we can. Mamuja, it is not. No scales does it have. And so the imperial tongue we speak. Oh, that's pretty cool. So what title did he give? Shining Scale Rifler. I've never seen that title before, that's for sure. Well, that's one part of our mythic down. I guess we'll hop on out of here and see if we can get to if Besieged isn't already over. I'm pretty sure Besieged is probably already over. So he has the possibility of dropping a Volunteer's Ring that has Magic Defense bonus +3 and MP recovered while healing +5, but only during besieged. Not that great. Although I think back in the day the Magic Defense bonus would be pretty unique. Let's see, Imperial Heist. Oh, let me guess, it's supposed to be an Imperial Heist. That's what the quest name is for starting our mythic weapon here. Previous quest, none. Requirements: Captain Wildcat badge and the runic key. Zone into Salahim Sentinels for a cutscene. Speak to Abquaba for information about the weapons. Trade the vigil weapon corresponding to the mythic weapon which you immediately plan to create to Abquaba. If you have already completed a mythic weapon that matches the vigil weapon you are trying to trade, you will not accept the vigil weapon. Abquaba will not take the trade weapon without the runic key from clearing Nizal Investigation Floor 100. If you do not remember which weapon you traded Abquaba, you may trade a new one and he will tell you what the old one is. Remember, vigil weapons can be stored in Ganram. Defeat all of the notorious monsters in any order to obtain their titles. This may be done before starting the quest and need not be your current title. These titles may be verified as obtained via Coil Fentanyl, Futanol, just southeast of the Alzabi Gate under the 400 guild category. All 3 Urhgan Beastmen leaders. All 4 salvage chariots. So we actually only need 3 of the chariots. And we have to beat Odin in Einherjar. So we're going to have to actually go do Einherjar. Oh, people left over from Besiege. It's already over. Sad. But what do you expect when a single item level person can actually just hold back the entire Beastmen force by themselves? Assuming they've got the right sub job. So no new cutscenes to get, we just have to actually go do salvage and Einherjar. Which I guess I'll have to look into doing Einherjar. That's something we'd probably want to do on Red Mage. And if I remember right, there's like Doom and shit that can happen in there. And maybe even instant death. So we'll probably have to have like re-raise item or something. I know that I had a friend that I helped back in 2016 when I was in Japan. I had moved my main character Vire to the Sylph server and to play with her, Shadow Lena, and she was working on a Yag Rush for her White Mage, and she was used to soloing Einherjar. And I think she was doing a tier 3 room that had a vampire boss. And I think he did internal damnation on her or whatever, which I think is instant death. I don't fully remember. But I wasn't engaged at the time. And she had... I guess she had re-raise on because she re-raised, but she freaked out because she wasn't used to dying. And she was like, oh, it's a good thing I casted re-raise. And I killed the boss for her, like an item level here. And I was like, haha, I saved your butt. She was like, well, I had re-raise. If I had forgotten re-raise, you would have made all the difference. But all you really did, Vire, was you saved me a few minutes. I was like, oh, great. We'll get into Einherjar next time, maybe. Or we'll do salvage, either or. We could probably, with item level now, we could probably blow through just getting the salvage done for the chariot titles without even like thinking about it really. So we might do that next time just to knock it out. And there won't be any like game day waits or anything because the one salvage place we've actually done on camera was the one that has the game day lockout or 24-hour lockout actually because of congestion issues from like 2015. Okay, turning it into a sanctioned MP grants the following. Oh, okay. So we just gotta give this to a guard real quick. Prior to the September 2011 version update, trading an archaic mirror to a sanctioned NPC only rewarded 200 Imperial standing. That sucks. But hey, yeah, look, an hour and a half and we got all of the treasure Urhgan, Beastmen killed, so that's a thing. Cool beans. Anywho, I think we'll call it here for now. Thanks for watching, stay safe and have a great day, and next time I guess we'll do some salvage. Please look forward to it. And then after that we'll probably jump back into the Voracious Resurgence. Woohoo! This Let's Play is all over the place.